Hello, hello, hello. We hope everybody is having a great day today. We are here today and we're working on our Purple Paper Passion altered file folder. And we had most of it done yesterday, but we still have some little things to throw here and there and add to it. I'm going to go ahead and take my ribbon off just because it's easier access if I do that. So we do have little tuck spots, little places we can stick things. That sort of thing. I did go ahead and make this tag, and the only reason I made it ahead of time is because I'm going to show you with a larger one, but it has a little pull out, has just a little journaling spot, and it just slides in there. I know some people were asking about that, and when you get these, they come with, like, this spot right here was just filled with white, and I just, cut it and edged it, and you don't have to worry about being perfect and getting all the white because we're going to ink around the edges. So we have that. So I wanted to go ahead and put that in here somewhere. I was actually thinking maybe back here with this, or maybe putting it here so we have something sort of on this side and then something on that side. And that sort of lets us have a little bit of ribbon on the front and adds a little bit of extra punch right there with that coming out of the top. I thought that sort of added and made it really cute. So I think we'll put that there. We have a ton of things that I've got ready here. I do have two purple inks that I've pulled. These are both Tim Holtz. My main inks that I use, my browns, my blacks, archival or distress, I buy in the big pads. But I find with the colors, I have glue all over my fingers. I'm sorry, guys. With the colors, I like buying the smaller ones unless it's a color I'm going to use all the time and I know I'm going to use it all the time, because then I get a bigger variety. If you hear a little cat meowing, please, I'm so sorry, but my kids have decided to adopt these two little kittens, and so we have two little cats running around our house, and they demand attention and want attention, so that's what they're trying to get. Let's see. We had this in there. So we have that there. Okay, so I think with the front we've pretty much done. Let's move on in and see what's going on. Okay, we've got this back there. We've got that there. There's a little envelope insert. So let's move on and see all that we can do. And my nose is itching today. It's just being one of those days, I think. I love how this is stained and come off there. I'm going to come back through. I have some stamps, and I thought we could maybe put some purple roses through, add a little stamps and things on it. Okay, we got this to do. Now, I've been working on this, and it's just simply, it's a trifold, and I thought it would be sort of cute to put in there. So let's ink this up and get it ready. And the two that I have is Wilted Violet and Seedless Preserves, just because I really, really I love this purple because it sort of really goes along with the hydrangea colors. We have a lot of just the plain purple, so my nose is runny today too, so I just am falling apart, guys. No, I'm actually doing a lot better, feeling a lot better, a whole lot less pain. So it's really nice to be back creating. I think that really helps because it, helps take your mind off of whatever is going on. We are gearing up for our Christmas. And I'm going to go ahead and do the backs too, just because I think it just adds a little more character to it. I like it. I'm not too happy with this. I ran out of my round sponges. I've ordered some, but they haven't got here yet. And I don't like using, I could have used a rectangle, but I don't like wasting, a large rectangle sponge on one of the small ink pads, and I actually had a purple one that I had used in the past, but it was like falling apart. And so we're working on that. So I just took one of my rectangle ones and sort of roughly cut it down. So now we're going to make it work. Okay. So that added that bit of color. Sort of a pop of color. Let me think of this. Goes this way. Okay. So we have this way, but I think I actually want to turn this and make it go this way because this has a lot more color on it. Okay. So let's see what, you know what? Let's grab, let me grab my scissors here and cut a little bit of ribbon. I love this ribbon, so I'm trying to use it throughout. It was a really old, well, I mean, it's not really old to me. I found it at the Goodwill, and I got it for like 50 cents for the little roll in a lot of times. I want to go, so I might just loop once and pull through instead of doing a full bow. Do a partial bow. Oh no, just like that. Just because I don't want to, normally I would like put a tab on it or something like that, but I think okay, that's in there. Let's go ahead and do our little thank you card. It's like the back of a guest check. So I'm going to use the other purple. I'm actually blending purples. You guys didn't see me do that, did you? So I'm going to run around the edge to this. I thought I was going to sneeze. And yeah, let's use a couple of these for like a purpley color. And since we're doing, it's got lavender on, I'll do a blue one. I like to do 3. Maybe a green one. Let's put a green one on there too. It's Linden. I don't know. No, I don't like that. Let's use some of our, I really like the little paper flowers that I have. Really like these. I think what I'm going to do is look here, and I'm going to get one of these. And I'm going to take my scissors, and which really need cleaned apparently. I'm going to cut the back off. And then I'm going to try to pull, there we go. It pops right off. Most of the time, some of these little centers I really don't like. I actually got these little flowers from Amazon, but I think they may have came like from China because they're not as lovely as I would have liked them to be. Let's see how we're. I've got these flowers here, so let's put this up on the left-hand side up here. If I can get my. There we go. And I'm just sort of gonna center this on the glue spot that I made. And then put it down flat. And then I'm gonna fold this. These are actually paper flowers. They're from the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. And I bought them when the Paper Studio runs the 50% off sale through Hobby Lobby. And that's when I'll buy stuff like that. Because I just don't like paying full price for stuff. And then by doing the inside, it helps if you don't take your hand and knock it loose. So it's sort of got the lavendery color on the outside. On the back, a glue string, and then the purple. And since that's there, I'm just gonna tuck this sort of right like that, and that sort of fills our bag up. And then this sort of ties in these little flowers along here. Okay, and we'll come back through. I did have, if you guys remember, I did want to put this in the front. I wanted to try to fit this on here so someone could write their information in it. But let's go ahead and ink that up though. Just so you can put your address, phone number, or whatever on the front. So if you lose it, then your information's in there. So I'll put that right up front. Oh, you guys are totally off screen over here. I'm sorry. And so we have that. Then we're going to skip on up here to the envelopes. When I get this one. Anyway, I have these, so I'm going to ink these up real fast. And I'll probably vary the color. There's 6 of them. So I will do 3 with this color, and then I will skip back to the seedless preserves to do the others. Just so then you have a variety. I probably should have pulled a blue. But that's just sort of add to the blue color, but that's okay. Okay, there's that. Let me pull this. And these will sort of mix together on here, so it's a lot more, it has more of a red, wine-ish tone. It's like a wine red tone to it. And if you are unfamiliar with these, my perpetual calendars, I also have a kit that has like old paper, like map style. There's birds. There's some with flowers, some with roses, I believe. I'm getting ready to do a Christmas set that I will put up there. But basically, you just circle your month because it has January through December on the side. You circle your month. You circle the day of the week. So, like, today is what? Wednesday. Sorry, November 10th. So I would, circle November. I would circle the W for Wednesday, and then I would circle the 10th for my date. Then I could put whatever my little note was. So let's mix these up. Put 3 on this side and 3 on the other side. And I can find the other side of my envelope. There it is. So those will be stored in there. So can use that. Let's see. I have a couple of these little tags. Let me. Oh no, they're back here. They are back here. I have this little thing. This is lavender blue. I'll use it, and I'm going to use the other little flag for the other side because I don't like how those envelopes are flapping open like that. So I want to sort of just put this here. I'm going to glue the bottom just so it has, we sort of have like a tuck spot to tuck the flap of the envelope in. So I'm just going to cover about half of it. And we'll just do it about right here. Nothing to it. I'm actually going to pull it off here in a second. And I'm going to put it like that. moving around, moving around. Well, I just wanted to add something to it so it just wasn't so plain sitting there. Add some layers of purple on there. So I'm not going all the way around the edge because I'm going to hit with this purple too. So we get some different colors in there. Sort of mixed together. There we go. And that gives you a little journaling spot there that you can journal on. And if I need to move it up a little bit, which I'm going to, move it up a little bit higher. More central so it'll hold it into location. You can tell I haven't been filming where I've been sick because I don't think about. So there, it just adds a little bit to it. And I actually think I'm going to come up here and this is a piece of that strip of washi that comes with the Purple Passion kit. And everything we use in here was either purple dyed paper. It came in the Purple Paper Passion kit that's available on our Etsy store. Or it's a file folder. Envelopes, napkins, pretty much that was. Lift this up a little bit here. Trying to add some layers here. Create a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's come back here on the back. And I've got this little lavender blue. And I'm going to ink up along the edge here. Turn this over. I'm going to put that little strip of paper at the bottom to add some purple. And I want some cheesecloth. So let me grab a little piece of it. Nothing major, just enough to add a little something. Okay, so I'm going to go right along here, all down on my cheesecloth so I can attach it to the page. And I need to put my finger, I'm putting my finger there so I know where to attach it. I'm just going to put a little bit here. Drop that right there. And make sure my little envelope will dry. And then all we'll have to do when we want to put it in there is just take it and sort of tuck it behind. There we go. And that adds a little decoration to the back of our envelope. I don't want to cover this up because I love how the painting did on that. That did really great. Okay, we have this here. And I had my big bingo card. I wanted to ink around the edges of it and tuck it under there. And it was one of the few things that I did not back. There you go. Let's slide that right under there. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out this large tag that I have here. And how I've been doing, I'm going to just pull out this scrap. This is a piece of what was left. So first things first, I'm going to ink around my inside that hole, because if you don't do that and you glue it down, then it's really difficult to do, and believe me. There we go. Let me go ahead and ink around the edges too and have that done. And we will have this finished up. Okay, and then I'm going to glue it on this back paper. And what I'm going to do is I want to be able to slide something in here. Be it a word, whatever, I want to be able to slide something in there. So I'm going to put glue around all over here, down along this edge, just along the edge. I want to leave some of this unglued, so when I tuck something there, it sort of catches on that side so you can't see it. And around the bottom, I'm going to leave this completely open. So here we go. So I find it the easiest thing to do is first is go up this side and just leave a line and then go across. I'm just going to highlight through here because it doesn't need to completely stick. Then I want to go across the bottom. But so I need to make sure that I don't have, because you will get a string there. So I've left all of this, a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch open, and this whole entire side over here. So I'm just going to pull it down here and glue it down. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut around it. And I may have to go around and sort of ink that a little bit, because I think I cut a little bit sliver over on that, but that's okay. Because I want to take my corner rounder, and this has 3 sides, 7mm, 4mm, and 10mm. I really like using the 10mm because I just like the roundness that you get from it. Oops. Get that out of the way. Always easier when you get those messes out of the way. Yeah, I'm just going to highlight around the edges here. I still need to go around the back anyway, so it's no big deal. Okay, then I'm going to ink around the back. Okay. So I already used my hole punch here. So I'm going to go ahead and this hole's a little bit bigger, so it looks sort of wonky the way that I cut it, but it'll be covered up with my ribbon. And so I'm going to go ahead and just highlight through there. Okay. I want to use some of my big purple ribbon. Wide ribbon. So I'm going to just cut off a section. I'm just going to try to actually just straighten those up a little bit. It was sort of curvy a little bit where I chunked off a piece, get all the little scraps of stuff around. And I'm going to push it to the back. Always go from the back to the front. Pull it through. Turn it. I want to flip my knot like that. And then just work it with your hands. Don't just take off and start grabbing and jerking it, because you will rip through your paper, because it is just paper. So now this is satin ribbon. I think it's satin or sateen. Nope, it's polyester, guys. Feels like satin ribbon. So I don't have one with me right now, and I'm not going to do that on camera, but if you just hit the edges with the lighter, that will take care of the frayed edges. Okay, so there's that. Then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to put in here. And I decided, where's it at? Let me find my light paper. I wanted to measure this. And I'm just going to roughly estimate. I just need it barely bigger. And I'm just going to mark it with my score tool. This is a score tool from the Dollar Tree. I've been trying it out. It does pretty good. I mean, considering what it is. And I'll just go right here. Okay, so let me grab my big cutter. I'm going to cap my glue real fast before I lose my lid. Okay, so the double check on my line was, you have an edge here that's a little bit white, so I'm just taking that little sliver off. So when I cut here, I'll add a little sliver inside. There we go. Okay, get that out of the way. Get this over here. Let me throw that away. And what I want to do is I'm going to back this with some of my purple paper. But I'm going to cut, just a small section of ribbon. I'll put some glue here on this end. I mean, I gotta glue the whole thing, so I might as well go ahead and glue it all. Glue it all while I'm here. Save myself some time. I hope you guys can. Sorry, I'm working on trying to remember to. That's aggravating, probably, if you're watching and I'm working off the edge of the tape, which is really weird because the camera literally stops like right there. Okay, so I'm gonna line this up here. Have that here. Let me put a little bit of glue on top so it sticks too. A little bit in there just so it all squeezes together. I'm going to turn it around here so I can line it up on those sides. Okay, then I'm just going to trim it down with my scissors. And you could write words in here, stamp words in, use words, use a picture. I actually want to use some of the napkin just to add a pop of color in there because this is sort of plain. So I thought if I would see, that would look really cool. And then you can journal on the back. You'll have a journaling spot on the back. I'm going to try to, hopefully I did tear too, yeah, I tore too much. Didn't tear enough. There we go. So let me straighten this end up like that. And fold it. I'm just going to line this end up to that. Okay. Then I'm just going to flip it over and trim the back up, trim the sides up, and then I'll ink around the sides. Okay, so let me make sure I get a lot of ink on there, get it sort of heavy to go around those edges because it's really bright and bold, so it may not come through as, you know what, let me use this one. This one's a little brighter. Yeah, it darkens it up. It looks sort of cool when it hits that green because it sort of turns it like a brown look almost. Okay. Okay, and then I want to do something a little different because this is a really light purple and I sort of want that a little darker. So I'm going to grab my extra sheet over here and I'm just going to load my inker up with that. I'm just going to go across that organza ribbon because it will pick up the ink. There we go. And so it will pick up that dark purple. Pan it around a little, let it dry. Let's see which end I left open. Oh, I left this end open. I left this end open. See if, no, I need to glue that corner right there. You can feel it catching. This spot over here too. I think that whole entire end, for whatever reason, it didn't. And the really nice thing about napkin is it's very forgiving. So, okay, let me get my bone folder here. And if you find it's like a little too tight, I can go up here and ease my bone folder in around the edge just to sort of open it up a little bit more if you need to, just because I don't want it that, you know, insanely tight like that. Okay, because, you know, the harder it is to get something in. There we go. See how that went right in? And then I'm going to edge up along here just a little bit. Make sure that's open so it's receptive to that sliding under there. There we go. That's probably where it's squished. Just the way things do. Right like that. See why you want to leave that little edge, because if not, it sort of sticks through there. There we go. So that adds the little bottom. And then that pulls out, and you can journal on it. You can also journal on the back of the card or on the tag. So you sort of get a hidden journaling spot. Now, because this is so hard to get in and out, you could put something on here. You know, I could put some of my little flowers on there if I wanted to, but I really don't want to take away from that. I like the way that is. Now, here's my thought. Do I want to tuck this in like behind here? Or do I want to put this on a page? Which if you put it on a page, you wouldn't want to put it on that side of the page. You would want to put it on like this side of the page, which would give you a pocket you could tuck stuff down in behind. I think we'll do that. Plus you could pull that out. You will lose that journaling area if you do that. So that's something to think about. But we do have all these pages, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So, keep my glue going. And I'm just sort of making an L shape is all I'm doing. Because I want it open on the right-hand side because that pull tab is right there. And I'm just going to sort of center it up to the best of my ability. There we go. And so we do have a little tuck spot back here. So we have these flags, and I think they would be cute back there. So I'm going to ink these up. And we'll collage some on these because these are pretty plain. So, and I also have this little tag over here. Let me go ahead and ink it up. I love this tag. I think it's so pretty. There we go. Oh, let me do the back. Okay. So there's that one. And on this one, I think I'm just going to do, I don't know. I think I'm just going to put that in the way that it is. I don't think I want to do anything that's going to take away from that. And I think I'm going to take that in right like that. Okay, so let's work on this. So I'm going to start with something dark. I already have this that I tore off earlier, so why not? And that'll sort of pull with this area right here. You see that's just tucked right in there like that. And these are where these little scraps of paper come in, because I'm going to cover most of that up, but I do want some of that the purple paper sort of layered. Oh, let's do this. Let's ink the edge of that up. Okay, so let's put that one right there. Okay, then we'll dip this one back here and do that different colored edge on it. Sort of create that different layered look. I'm sort of going down the whole strip, sort of adding to the wrinkles and stuff where it was thread down come through. Sometimes just the smallest bit of paper makes such a difference. Put this up here, this right here, layer that right up through there. Let me snap over here and cut a little section of cheesecloth. Okay, like that. Then you hear my little cat bell. They're so cute. They're little black and white kittens. Those out of nowhere, but he was shaking his. Okay. And then I think we're going to put that right there. Just because I sort of like how that holds in, but we need to ink this up. And I think I'm actually going to use the darker ink. No, maybe not. We'll just layer them up. Get a little bit of both of them on there. And I'm just going to glue the top part. And by doing that, that does give you a little tuck spot. You could actually tuck something else under there if you wanted to. Rubbing the excess glue off the back. Again, why I love my Fabri-Tac. And straightening it up some so it doesn't look so wonky. Okay, so then there's our little flag that's going to go in there, and that'll give us journaling spot on the back. I think I'm actually going to cut this ribbon down just a smidgen. There we go. So that's the way that that looks. I love the way that that turned out. And you got your journaling spot here. We've got this here, so I'm happy with that. Have this back here. I'm thinking we put the little washi up there, just to add a little something. I think I'm going to keep this in here, and I think we're going to do this up sort of like the one we did on the other page, but maybe with some flowers across the top, just to add a little dimension to the back. So let's put that over there. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. So let's ink it up. So I'm going to do it exactly like I did the other one, but similar. So I'm actually going to do this one across the whole entire front and leave a little bit showing through, but not a lot. There we go. So we have that on there. Then let's go ahead and put the napkin under the bottom this time. So just throw some glue on here. And rip this little straight edge off there. We don't want straight edge. There we go. Let me grab some cheesecloth. I love my cheesecloth. I really do. I love just the dimension that cheesecloth gives. And it's not like you have to do a lot. You don't have to use a lot. I mean, you know, a little 2x3 little rectangle of it. Just adds just enough to make it stand out. I usually just cut some kind of little section off, and I love when they get the spaces vary because it's been sort of mishandled. Now this one, because everything's so dark in the back, the cheesecloth is coming through sort of light, so I'm just gonna very easily, not anything major, just very lightly just sort of pounce it, and that'll add a little darker dimension to it. I don't use that. I want to use the little one. And there's some glue on there. And voila. And I mean, there wasn't nothing to that. A little scrap of paper, a little piece of napkin, a little piece of cheesecloth, and then a double flag. And that adds, you know, a little something that we can put coming out of there so it doesn't look so I think we can, maybe we can put this back like that and add a little, give it a little more pop of color up so it's not so bare. So we have that. Have this scrap of the washi. I'm just going to put it right along this edge just to bring some color on there. And then do a couple little flowers. These, because they are on the page, I will glue all of the little petals and such down. Excuse me just for a minute. I have to get a drink because my throat's starting to dry out. But it's getting better, so I love that purple. And see, that's just a little bit of basic. That's not even adding anything great. It's just enough that it adds a little bit to it, so it's not so droll. There we go. So see, that adds just a little pop of color there. Just a little. See, that's there. That there. We got our envelope. See, look up there here and see what's going on. Okay, I got that covered. And what we're going to do there. Yep. Put some here. So I'm going to cut me off some cheesecloth. Not a lot, just a little teeny tiny bit to put in the corner. And again, I'm just going to really lightly brush over the top just to darken it up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab a piece again of that. Remember all that paper that I ripped off the edges? Told you I'd use it. A scrap buster. Use all those little pieces like that. They work great for clusters and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. Okay, put just a little bit of glue down the side here. Then some glue on here. If I can get some to come out. There we go. And just all on the back of our little flag here. Like that. And then remember like this. Right up through there. With that on. We covered up almost all of our cheesecloth, put the little bitty strings out the side. So I'm going to pull a little bit because I want my cheesecloth to slide out a little bit. Well, I'm just going to trim that off because it's going to look weird if I don't. There we go. We just covered our cheesecloth. So don't put cheesecloth there. Oh well. That's funny. Okay, so let's go back on this one. What page is that? There it is. There it is. I'm going to put it here. So we won't cover up our cheesecloth this time. How's that? Okay. Let's put cheesecloth on here. Again, we're going to hit it with our ink just a little bit. Darken it up just a bit. Okay. Then we've got our other little flag here. Go. Just put it right there. And then it's got all the lilac and stuff on it, but it has this one little thing that goes there, and there's nothing on the top, and it's drove me nuts. So I'm actually going to put one of my little paper flowers on the top there. There we go. So then that looks like it was supposed to be that way, so it looks cute. Okay, so we have that. Oh, we got our little bag. We don't have, where's our stuff to put in the bag? Okay. So this is just a piece of that offcut that we remember that when we were cutting all our background papers, this was just a piece that was cut off there. Slide that in there. And that sort of shows through. So let me see. We got other stuff over here. Let's see, because I know we've used a ton of it. Okay, so we have that. Let's just keep that there. That's fine. Do we have anything else? I love this purple. And because it has the flowers on both sides. Like the one I added to back. Oh, where was it back here? It's because it was just the words with nothing on it. And that one, I have something I'm going to do with that. That's there. Our envelope. The stuffed bag. I'm going to drop a little bit of more glue on here in the corner because I don't like how it's coming loose like that. Okay, so yeah, let me put my glue up. I was looking to see. Oh, you know what? Let me grab. I've got some stamps real fast. Let me grab it. They were on the other side of the room. Isn't that a pretty box? Isn't that pretty? It's all magnetic flap. Got it from the Dollar Tree. No, Dollar General. It's really pretty. $4. Okay. So I have a bunch of lavender. Let me see. I was seeing if I have any other lavender ones in here. Yep, this is the lavender. And well, it looks like lavender anyway. We're going to use it for lavender. We're going to use it like it is. I got this for $3 at my Goodwill. There was a whole set. There was these. And these. And these. And this. Really, really pretty. Okay. I don't want the jars. to make sure I get it all covered really good. You know what? Let me find. Oh. I just want something hard underneath there that doesn't. This looks sort of cute. So I'm going to put this one a little closer to the edge. Or to the corner. Yeah, just a little hint of purple. It says that there, so I think I'll leave that alone. I really wanted I do have some stamps here that are other things. Then I'm going to do some in purple. But I'm actually going to use different colors. For certain parts of it. There we go. I'm going to put this over here. And this is the multi-purple. Really, really like that. I have this one. I think I'll do it and let me. These are really juicy, so I'm actually going to try to hold this one back. And do it. I'll knock everything off, but did you hear my little kitty? Okay. And then where's my little purple flowers? My little purple flowers. Let's see. There's 1, 2, and 3. I bought this pack for this for this project. I may actually have some left over, which is shocking. There, that adds a little bit of something there. And then there we go. This is the little lilac across the front. So I think that's just about it, because everything else pretty much, you know, isn't like a lot of pages without anything. Yeah, I do know we have this to do. So let me put all my stamps back away right now. And mental note, I need to look for some lilac stamps. Okay. So we do have this. Okay. Oops. My cutting mat. Sorry guys, I know I'm sort of working off. I'm just scoring this using my cutter, so it's sort of scored down the center. Okay, I've got this left over, so I'm going to adhere this to here. I'm sorry this is taking so long, you guys, to finish up, but you know, well, I don't want to, you know, go, oh, well, we'll do one more video and it's like 6 minutes long. That's crazy. You hear my little kitty? So silly. Okay. Let's just turn this up. And I'm just going to really lightly ink around the sides. And same thing with the light purple on the inside. Figure it's purple, but it's light enough that it'll give you a little place that you can okay. Because with the way this pocket is, you can't fit a whole lot in there. But that does give you a small bit to put on there. And then I'm going to cut, probably, let's see. Oh, hold on, I'll lay it out. It'll be easier. Cut me a piece of cheesecloth. So it's probably 6 inches by roughly 2 to 3 inches or so wide. And I'm going to put it across the middle in the back. And so, be generous with your glue because this is going to be on the back. So it's going to get a lot of wear and tear. And put the larger end at the top. The bottom. I'm going to go over it with my ink. Sort of try to darken it up a bit. Now maybe darken it up isn't the right word. Maybe give it more of a deeper purple look than. It's going to give you a variegated look because there we go. Then I've got my napkin over here. And I'm just going to roughly just tear me off a section of it. Like that. And then I'm going to put glue on my napkin. Make sure you put a nice amount so it seeps through to the front. So as it dries, it will somewhat sort of seal through the napkin. You always can take Mod Podge and put over top this, or school glue, whatever you want to cover the front of it with, or glitter glue even, anything that dries clear. Okay, so pull that out here. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to grab my bone folder and make sure I rub all of that in across there. And if I need to on the edges, I can, add more glue if I need to. And put some down here where it catches the cheesecloth and the napkin. And that just gives us a pop of color on the back. Now I'm going to grab the inside of my napkin over here. It's enough so I can this is my glue stick. It is going to dry clear. I'm just going to sort of go over the outside edges, like right there. Go across my napkin, especially so it. There we go. I'm going to take my. Well, let's just use my finger here. And I'm going to glide my finger across to make sure I don't have like any big hunks. And this will also help it speed the drying up. And you can use your heat gun to dry it if you like. I'm going to try to put more Fabri-Tac under here. Make sure I adhere it down really good underneath. I just peeled off. It's okay. That's okay. It's on the edge. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry now. That will be the end to our purple passion paper altered file folder. I will do a flip through, and I will be posting it tomorrow, and I'll also be listing it in my Etsy shop. So it will be, you can tell after we put quite a bit of stuff in it, I will list it in my Etsy shop too. The link will be under the flip through video. Thank you for tuning in, and if you've created along with us, I appreciate that. And we will be back. Christmas is right around the corner, so thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here today, and have a great day, and we'll see you next time now.